Hello, Dr. Bob here from Tully River Quail. Question is how do I set up the farm? So let's take a walk and see what we have to start with. It's a nice, beautiful day here, crisp day here in Pennsylvania. This is my new workshop slash quail farm I'm putting together. Notice my Second Amendment flag. This someday will be enclosed, or at least covered, and will be a nice little 20 by 40 work area with some quail pens here perhaps. I just built this last winter or last summer, so I'd have it, and I was going to start the quail farm last year, but this year I needed to build this. Last year I needed to build this, and then this year I'll build the quail farm. These little doors open up, and that pops open and that pops down, so I have like a little selling area. Nice little place at the end. I'm hoping to put a lean-to hutch over here. I don't know what I'm going to put there, either some more quail or maybe store some lawn equipment and a workshop shed thing. Let me just take you inside here. I made these all so that this can all open. It's pretty cluttered right now. I haven't been back in here, but I have a lot of these slabs, sycamore slabs from a big sycamore that fell down out here. You can see one of the logs that's left there. Underneath this, I have a bunch of other ones that are getting cured. By this year, they should be ready to make tables out of. But anyway, I have electric in here. It's a little bit warmer. I have some heat. Obviously, it's not insulated, as you can see the holes. My deal with this would be the incubator room, the brooder room, maybe put some cages up on the wall here. I also have a loft that I could do some birds up here, and little run out or grow out pens up there or something. But I need to build my little, there'll be another deck here, maybe one step down. And I have room to maybe build some hutches here. This is my original quail house, Haus, that I have to fix up a little bit, but this is going to be, I don't know, maybe keep some special birds in there. Enough room for another one if I want to build it. And then here we go into the operations. So eventually this is going to be torn down, and I'll move this over to the left so that when I have dogs, because we also pet sitters, so I'll move it so that the dogs can't get out over here. But I have this nice area here that's kind of protected, that I could build a bunch of pens here, some breeder pens here. I can cage it all in. I could drop some tarps down and protect them from the weather. If it gets really cold, I have water over here. I guess my one question is if I pen this off, I could theoretically let one of the cages open and let them run around. Obviously, I'll have to address all this, dig down a foot, put a metal bar in there, and then put some fencing down, so it's totally rodent proof. But I have water, I have electric. This hot tub needs repaired. Who knows, maybe I'll use that to heat the water source. I have an idea about that. So anyway, pretty nice little setup. I can do my eggs here, water, feed will be in there. With that other little area, I'll have an outdoor workshop that I can build stuff. outside. I might put a roof that goes from there over to here, little extension, even if it's only like a trellis with a sliding tarp. All right, so that's my Coturnix area. Here's what I want to do. I want to do a little compost situation down here so I can create some fertilizer. Not the best sunlight. I got to move this wood pile, and I'm going to plant my garden right here. This gets about the best sun. I have a little bit of garden here for partial sun stuff. Let's just go down to the valley here and see this. I often thought about putting a gazebo here. That'd be a great place to process my orders. You know, what a great work cubicle, eh? Huh? You imagine if this was where you worked every day, did your YouTube videos. So look how nice this is. It's sparsely, not very dense, but it's got a lot of shrub, a lot of undergrowth. Great quail country. And Penn State's right across the way. There's farms, there's, right down the road there's wheat fields or fields. Actually across the river in there somewhere is a barn that Penn State's not using. The Topohawken River Trout Unlimited chapter is right there. So at some point, if I ever got big enough, I could rent that barn and have a school or have some students come in and perhaps, I don't know, help run the business. So as I mentioned, I also want to raise some wild bird. So I'm looking at building a recall pen tree house right here. So I'm going to use those 2 trees and this stump and build a little square here so that the quail can get in here and also climb in over here. And I'll have 4 pens that all the pens that I'll have are stackable, removable. So if I wanted to add a new birds, just take off one of the stack that I can put them into, put in another stack on there, and then I'll have, it's going to be a dome shaped building, center building where I put the feed and everything. But they'll be able to get out and in from there, and then I'll have another at the top right here. They'll have another flyway, so I'll be able to let the birds go off that way. I'll be able to let the birds go off that way, depending on which crate I want to empty, always leaving a couple behind. And then they can come back up through here, forage around, get recalled back, and it should be beautiful. My neighbor's going to allow me to plant some plum trees over there because he's involved in this too, as far as sustainability. So anyway, that's what I got. This will be, I have water that comes down here. You can maybe see the hoses. So I can turn the water on if I need to water these guys. Let me just give you one little look inside what I may have is the brooder room. So this is where I put my plants. I don't have the door open here, but this is where I put my plants in the wintertime. I have a grow light in here. But if I could let the birds, after they hatch, kind of grow in here till they're old enough, and then I can move them right out. So just talking about ergonomics, I'm not that far. I'll have a little work area here. I might get rid of this hot tub. I've been screwing with it. It froze one year when I was on vacation because of a power outage. These power lines every once in a while touch each other, and they're up there and lose power. We're the last ones on the grid that get fixed. So anyway, maybe this will be a better picture of the inside of this. When my motorcycle's not in there, it's a lot of room. There's my Hydrant Hounds sewing machine workshop and all my stuff where we make the fire hose pet toys. You can see a little bundle right over there. But anyway, that's where I'm at. And let me just do, talking about biosecurity. To get up to my house or to access the barn from my bedroom is nice and easy. So if you're considering putting in a farm and you have a little bit of space outside, or even if you just have a bedroom, but a couple things you want to consider: different stages of life, different things you need to do. I guess you want to keep stuff as centralized as possible. Don't want to disrupt your entire household. So that being said, Dr. Bob from Tully River Quail signing out. How do you turn this off?